Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so in the last episode we built our cartridges, made them modular, and we even played around a little bit. Not as much as I would have liked to, but we'll do some playing around today. So important things that I've done since the last episode. One thing that I've done is I've changed the first cartridge to follow the same design pattern that the other cartridge had. The gap between the second and third cartridge has this design, so I made the gap between the first and second cartridge have the same design. I like this design a little bit more. It's kind of nice, but I haven't tested it yet, which is probably important. Should probably test everything, but I have a good feeling about this. The only thing that I could think of that might be a problem is that we wouldn't have enough decline to get to the first booster, and that would kind of suck. But we'll figure it out. Okay, so what we need to do now. Oh, I did one more thing. That's right, I did one more thing. What I did was I took this first cartridge and I shifted it over one, because you cannot do this design unless you have at least 4 spaces in between these wool blocks. Okay. So notice which blocks are the wool. I'll even go up to one of these. They're the tip of the L, I guess you could say. They're the tip of the L blocks, and make sure you're not confusing the space in between. Make sure there's 4 spaces in between, and also make sure that it's not the edge of the cartridge here, this thing that I'm clicking at, because I kind of went off eye judgment poorly, and had to rebuild it, and it was kind of shitty. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and load up our before we do anything, I want to lay down some pressure plates, and I'm also gonna replace these with wood. And I'm probably gonna change the wool to cobble later on. But I'm placing wooden pressure plates where the carts will fall. This is how we're gonna tell our booster that's gonna come around and boost the carts from the cartridge. That's how we're gonna tell the booster that a cartridge is empty, so avoid that cartridge. So it'll be really simple. This should be some really easy wiring for the modular cartridge. So let's go ahead and load up our first cartridge. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this cartridge looks like it holds about 5 carts. So on the 6th cart, it should just go into the next cartridge. Oh, it holds 6. Excuse me, 6. So the 7th cart should go into the next cartridge. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And see, now it's in the next cartridge. So let's go ahead and put as many carts as we can in that cartridge. I think I have enough to put 1 cart. Yeah, 1 cart into the last cartridge. So see, it goes through and it checks. There's no redstone in this design. That is what's so wonderful, at least this part of the design. It does it every time. Every time. You can even kind of spam carts, and it should keep up with it. Yeah, kind of. You want to be careful with that. Okay, so the cartridge should be full. Pretty close to full, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's definitely full. So this last cart that I have in my inventory should go into the 3rd cartridge. Let's fly up, bounce, and then we should see the last cart. Yep, there it goes. And so if we come down here, the cool thing about this design is that we have 2 spaces in between the ground level of this floor and the the actual track above us, so we can actually run a cart underneath and not worry about clipping into the cartridges and everything, and we can still get to the cartridge to boost our cart off. So yeah, we have one cart at the end of the cartridge. We have all the cartridges full. So what happens if I've got some in this cartridge, some this first cartridge is completely full, but the second cartridge is kind of empty. So let's see what happens when we take one away from the second cartridge. You should be able to guess. Bounces off the first one, just goes into the second one. So we should still only have one cart in the third cartridge, and then the second cartridge should be completely full. Yep. See? Okay, so what happens when we take one away from the first cartridge? You should be able to figure that out because the design is incredibly intuitive. Nothing happens. The cart just goes into the first cartridge. No problem. So, okay. So that's good. That's exactly what we want. What we need to do now is we need to get a perpetual motion booster up here. And I'm thinking about using a door booster. I'm not entirely sure yet. But we need to get some sort of booster here to grab carts from the cartridge and send them to the water gates, and we need to figure out how to do that. So got some space here, and really what we got to do is we just got to hook up these cartridges to the loader, and we got to hook up the perpetual motion booster and put a little bit of logic in there, and that's why we put down the pressure plates. So it should be incredibly easy to do. And then after we hook up all that, we still need to build a rival, so we'll do that. And then aside from that, well, we still need to finish up this track because we can't have track just sitting here. You know, you kind of need to get out of the station and on your way. And then I'm thinking about building a little bit of logic into each dock of the platform. I'm thinking about building a little bit of logic, which is essentially just a lever. I'm just going to put a lever there because I have two destinations currently from where you can come out of the station. Because remember, we broke down an existing station that was already here. Remember to build this one. So I currently have two destinations that we can go from here. Actually, I'm pretty sure we have three now. So I'll figure it out. I'll figure out a new way to do it. So yeah. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching. In the next episode, we'll get to work on getting the door booster, perpetual motion booster going. So I'll see you guys in the next episode.